Hey everybody, welcome to Breakfast All Day. Alonso, Matt, Christy. I had to switch to my phone because my internet's playing nasty buggers, as the Brits like to say. And anyway, so still here. But I did not see the new Phineas and Ferb movie, which dropped today on Disney+. But these folks have, so they're going to tell you all about it.
Phineas and Ferb. We are huge fans of Phineas and Ferb around this house.
Same
Nick loves
here.
the show. Yeah, Nick loves the show. I think we've seen like every episode. Last summer, Vincent
Did you watch
Martella.
the new show?
I'm sorry, what?
Their new show, not Phineas and Ferb, but those creators had a new show. Did you watch that one?
Oh, I can't remember what it's called. What's it called?
Neither can I. So neither.
Anyway.
Obviously, we weren't watching.
Thanks for interrupting me for that important piece of information. So last summer, Vincent Martella, friend of the show, came over and did an a la carte interview with me. He is the voice of Phineas. He's a really lovely, sweet guy. So he is back, and most of the voice cast is back. We have a different Ferb. It is now David Arago Jr. But this is a full-length Phineas and Ferb movie, and it kind of begins the way a lot of the episodes begin, with Phineas and Ferb and their friends coming up with some kind of crazy contraption creation, and Candace, voiced as always by Ashley Tisdale, trying to bust them, trying to show their mom, look what Phineas and Ferb are doing, and they always get away with it because it always ends up going away or falling apart, or it just walks off on its own. And that's once again the case here. And she's so sick of trying to foil their plans and being frustrated by it, feeling like she doesn't matter, that Phineas and Ferb are the ones who matter and they get to have all the fun, that when she accidentally climbs inside of what is like an alien space pod thing, she and Vanessa Doofenshmirtz end up getting sucked into this thing. They go to a planet where like she is really special and she's the one they've been looking for all along, and they make her like a queen, and they cater to her every whim, and they worship her, and she's like, finally a place where I belong. And Phineas and Ferb and Doofenshmirtz and Baljeet and Buford and Isabella all go along to try to rescue her. They think she's been abducted by aliens and she must be in danger. And it is how that whole adventure plays out. And it's really cute and lively. And it's, I think you have to, again, like we were talking about with Bill and Ted's, like if you already know and love Bill and Ted, you will enjoy this movie. I think knowing it already and loving it goes a long way. I personally prefer the individual episodes to when they have a whole big long adventure like this. There's something tighter and snappier about them. But this is a lot of fun. And if you like these characters, you will enjoy it.
Alonso, have you seen any of these shows?
I've seen the two Christmas episodes.
Oh, okay.
So the one where they have a Christmas special where Kelly Clarkson comes, but they never let her sing, and then the one where Buford, I think, sings the hilarious song, the Good King Wenceslas song, with like lyrics about the actual historical King Wenceslas, which is really funny.
Yeah, this is so if for some reason you're watching this, you have not ever seen this show. What are you doing? But if you're curious about this show is terrific. This was a really, really smart kids show. Kind of a throwback to, the vintage Looney Tunes that were, zany and snappy and frenetically paced and had jokes in there that would be metatextual and jokes that the adults would get, and not as adult humor. Like one of the ones they were doing a montage of, I don't even remember which episode it was, but a montage of different entrances. And at one point, Phineas does a bit that's, he's aping CSI and taking off the glasses and making a joke and then hearing the, yeah! I mean, that's for the parents watching too, but it's not like, oh, we're going to be ribbled here. I love
the thing
this
you'll
show.
get later in life.
Right. And I think that this movie does a good job of capturing that energy. It almost, to Christy's point, like an hour and a half of that kind of frenzy is a bit much.
But it also isn't an hour and a half of frenzy. I think it's
right. But it does have some hilarious jokes that break the fourth wall. The looking at the scary building is so genius. And then the way that Swampy Marsh and Dan Povenmire managed to get themselves on camera in this is mind-blowing. I've met both those guys at various cons. They're super cool guys. Nice. Dan Povenmire, according to my son, has been blowing it up on social, promoting this movie. He does the voice of Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Poor Perry the Platypus gets put in the near impossible position of having to thwart Doofenshmirtz, but not let his family know that he's a secret agent, and not let Doofenshmirtz know that he is a pet of the family on the Galactic Travelinator. I had a lot of fun with this. The songs are predictably goofy and fun. One of the things that always amazed me about this series is how they could just crank out those songs that are super fun and cutesy and fit there's a lot of that going on. The power ballad scene was really awesome. There's a lot of great stuff going on in here. It does feel a little overloaded in a couple of places. But that being said, I haven't watched this for a while because Gabe's 16 now and he's not interested. This actually kind of made me wonder, I kind of want to go back and watch some of these.
I don't think the show is on Disney Plus.
No, they haven't. Yeah, and they haven't made any new shows for a while, right? They're doing movies, but they wrapped the show because those guys are doing another series.
Are they still on Netflix?
I'm not sure.
That's where I watched them.
But the classic episodes of this were terrific. This was a great series. It still holds up pretty well, and that style of humor, there's just so many. It does veer close to doing what Family Guy does sometimes, which is the non sequitur humor. But it gets up to that line, but it doesn't actually do it, because I think one of the things Family Guy does really well is that the volume of jokes in Family Guy, sometimes they're not all great ones, but they hit that same rhythm in this. It's nonstop, right? It's any opportunity to put some gag in, they're usually going to do. I almost always do. And if they're setting something up that seems serious, well, then it's going to be, it's going to be a thing later. And I do love that we absolutely get Chekhov's t-shirt canon.
Yes, it's a really important. Yes, it is. That's true. I had so many things I wanted to say, and you were veering into various directions.
Sorry.
I wanted to say things about. No, you have all good points. I forgot what I was going to say. Yes, as far as the self-aware nature of it and the meta nature of it, there was one thing where they have to build a portal to get somewhere, and somebody says, we're going to need an entire montage to do that, and things like that. And then they end up doing it fast enough that they don't actually need a montage.
Well, then he's it turns out we just needed a slide wipe.
Yeah. And Nick loves all that element of the self-aware humor of it. And I think it's so clever and smart. And yet, by the end, not unlike Bill and Ted, there is an underlying sweetness to it. So for whatever adventures they go on, no matter how wacky or self-referential they might be, there's always a kindness to it. And here especially with Candace, with the Ashley Tisdale character, she's so put upon and she's so miserable. And the way this all wraps up is legitimately emotional. I don't have siblings, but I can imagine that if you do, that this might speak to you as far as how, it's easy to take your siblings for granted, but there is deep love there. And that is the message of this movie.
So of Bill and Ted and Phineas Ferb, you're actually recommending Phineas and Ferb more highly, yes?
Numerically, I am, yes.
Okay. Same
but
here.
with the same caveat, though, that
if you don't know them already,
it really helps to already be deeply steeped in this and to have some affection for these characters and for this world. So, I had a lot of fun. It's a great voice cast, and it's good to see, most of them all back doing this again. And in these fraught times, it's just a good light escape. And then there's a voice that Tiffany Haddish does. Were you aware, Matt, that was Tiffany Haddish? There's a voice, there's a sound that some of these creatures
that
make.
was her? That was her for all of those?
For that word that they say over and over again.
Wow.
But then you also have Ali Wong is the alien queen who runs this planet. Wayne Brady and Thomas Middleditch have a couple of small roles as
and that slug monster that was screaming at him.
Yeah, it's all very, very funny. I mean, so again, Weird Al Yankovic is in this. I don't know where though.
Oh.
Anyhow. I liked it. I did like it. I think if you already have Disney Plus, this is worth watching. I don't know if this is necessarily a thing to get Disney Plus for, but like next week is Mulan, and if you're getting Disney Plus from Mulan, then enjoy this also.
Little bonus. There you go.
Yes, I'm saying 7.2.
I'm saying 8.5.
Okay, our number is 7.9.
Woo! All right. Good deal. Hey, so thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on the social media at BeFastAllDay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And do drop by our Patreon page. We have exclusive content for our subscribers at patreon.com/BeFastAllDay, continuing our coverage of HBO's Lovecraft Country and kicking off our coverage of HBO's docuseries The Vow, all about the Nexium cult. So you don't want to miss that. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.